Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 1, it's now over, so let's talk about the season. As with this season, Peter is on his way on becoming a hero, but his path to get there is nothing but ordinary. As this pretty much takes place in an alternate universe compared to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as it is still part of Phase 5, like What If. But with how they did this universe was pretty interesting, as we see pretty much a mixture of the MCU that we know of, mixed with comics. And what they did with Spider-Man, Peter Parker in this series was very interesting, as it is different from the MCU version, but yet similar in a way, as they're both teenagers. But in this series, we do see Peter Parker be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, with his mentor not being Tony Stark, but Norman Osborn, voiced by Coleman Domingo, who does a great job. So this was a unique take on Spider-Man, seeing Norman Osborn there, and the effect that he has on Peter. As with this season, we do see some cameos from other characters, from MCU heroes that we know of, but yet we do see a large variety of Spider-Man villains, Spider-Man characters, from Doc Ock, Harry Osborn, possibly some teases of a symbiote. Like, we do not see Ned Leeds or Michelle Jones in this. We get Lonnie, Harry Osborn, Nico from The Runaways, who isn't really a runaway in this, and Pearl, who are pretty much his friends in high school, as Midtown High got destroyed and they're in a different high school. Like, seeing this fresh new take of characters around Peter was just very interesting. And just seeing how Peter is in this, and how we see Peter in this is very interesting, because in this series, his favorite hero is Captain America. And we don't see him pretty much with those heroes. We only see him with Daredevil and Doctor Strange. And the dynamics that he had with those two were amazing, as Peter is like the rookie hero. So seeing how he is compared to these two stood out. And while some characters are different, it's how it had Peter be like was very accurate. And one thing about this series that stood out is that you can tell it takes a lot of inspiration from the comics, from the MCU, and from a lot of Spider-Man media, as this just felt like a love letter to Spider-Man fans, and it just shows that perfectly well. And some things with this season is that the animation stood out. Like, at first I was a bit worried about it from what we saw, but like from watching the series, it was just amazing. From how the action goes down too, all that was perfectly done well. And what this season did, exploring the characters, exploring their motives, seeing like the rise and fall of some of these characters were done perfectly well. As of course it sets up for season 2, but with what it sets up for, things are going to go down with some of these characters. With this series so far and with this season, I have seen people talk about how this is better than what the MCU has done. That this is pretty much what the MCU could do with Spider-Man without Sony breathing down their necks, controlling everything. And while I do not think that is necessarily better than the MCU Spider-Man, there are some stuff in this series that I liked more than what the MCU did. But if you want to know if this is better or not, just watch the season for yourself to find out. Season 1 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was amazing, was spectacular, as we see Peter being this friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, rising up as he learns that with great power comes great responsibility, with its twists and turns. This was a perfect season, and I can't wait for season 2. But have you seen season 1 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? If so, what are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below, and follow me for more.